And here we are, Season 3, Episode 4, AZCFL Intel. Jesse Burke, alongside my special guest tonight, Dre Dickerson Jr., who the league knows as Dre Capone. I do want to ask about that because when I did meet you a couple years ago, it was Dre Dickerson Jr. Now it's Dre Capone. So where we at? What is it?
Man, I didn't really think. I just changed my Facebook name to Dre Capone like a year before I had moved out to Arizona. I didn't really expect it to catch on how it did. When I first came out here, I introduced myself as DeAndre and everything, and then it really took off last year when I played for the Lions. Ben got my jersey, got Capone on the back, and ever since then, it's like up from there.
So, I mean, we talk off the camera and behind the scenes. I know you're from Chicago, so I have to imagine, is that a Al Capone reference or something like that?
I be joking around a lot. Whenever somebody asks about it, I be like, Al Capone, my great granddad.
All right. Yeah. Hey, I don't ask questions. You know what I'm saying? I've read books about him, so I'm not here for the smoke. But all right, cool. So Drake Capone, we're rocking with it. Obviously the nickname changes were back in the day with MySpace. It's been catching on high with Facebook, so we're rocking with it. So,
yeah.
But you could go either way. It's Dre, DeAndre. You don't care.
As long as just don't call me DeAndre. I just take Dre.
Okay, just Dre. So don't call him DeAndre. You got that? All right. So Dre. Talking about switching names back and forth, I do want to also talk about switching positions. When I did meet you, when I met DeAndre, you were playing defense for the Spartans.
Yep.
And, you got the knee brace on, you're recovering from an injury, you were, from what I knew, a defensive star.
Yes.
Tell me kind of the transition to offense and, without making your head too big, how you transitioned to being one of the better offensive players in the league.
Well, growing up, I always had my foot on the offensive side, but I grew up as a corner. Tried to go back to safety. It's cool back there and everything, but I always come off as a corner, man up, pressing your face all the time. But I always had a little foot in offense. I was good. I realized in high school I can really jump high and catch better than a lot of people because that's when I hit my growth spurt. Cause I was 5'6" going up to my senior year. So really after my first season, I'm like, man, I only got 3 picks to finish the season. I'm like, what's going on? I see guys with 8, 10 picks. I'm like, what's up? Why they getting so many targets and stuff? I'll notice everybody's covered 3 and everything. I'm like, man, I'm bored. Only person that really went at me my first year was the Rebels with Trayvon. That was a good matchup. He got a touchdown on me, I ain't gonna lie. But I was like, I'm bored. Went to the lines. I'm like, all right, offense it is.
Was there, obviously you have football experience, the position, your love for it. Was there any type of tryout phase, or did they just let you rock on the offensive side of the ball?
They actually tried to put me on the defense. It was come on, play corner. I'm nah.
So there was some pushback.
Yeah, I'm strictly offense this year. Probably next year I'll probably go both ways, but this year I'm gonna rock out at receiver. I'm bored at corner.
Bored at corner. Okay, so there's definitely some ballers that started in receiver and then specialized in DB, like Richard Sherman's one that sticks out. Have you seen a translation from DB to receiver working in your favor? Have you picked up on some things that you see in the defender that you're able to attack or take advantage of?
First thing is my size. For a lot of guys, I don't really realize it, but looking at my matchups, I'd be bigger than a lot of cats. And then growing up playing corner, I feel like I know the tendencies a lot better. I know what defenses want to do specifically. So, you feel me? I feel like I got the upper hand because I'm an actual corner. I tell everybody I'm really a corner. I just play receiver on the weekends.
Oh, really? Okay. And shouts to that because there is a lot of ego in football. So I thought maybe you're like, nah, I'm born a receiver. Like that was the old me. So sounds like you still got a soft spot for the defensive side.
Of course, of course.
Okay.
They tried to get me to play this year, but I'm like, man, y'all don't need me over at corner. Our defense stacked.
You guys are pretty stacked. So with that though, is there any, I guess, matchups that you wish you could that you never had a chance to when you were on the defensive side and kind of like, yo, coach put me in one time, or you're just waiting next year to do all defense?
For receiver or DB? Nah, not really.
You're just gonna, all right, you have faith in your guys.
I was gonna say, yeah, if you out there, if coach say trust you, I'm gonna trust you till you prove me wrong.
Okay. Is there any, when you came back to receivers, is there any receivers that you watched film on or like to, kind of model your game? You like the back of the end zone. I've noticed that you like fades.
Yeah, of course, but I wouldn't really say model. Like when I play a certain position, I watch all the top guys. Like not specifically one person. I watch like probably top 10 at their position. Watch all their goods, but pick up on all their bads too. See what they do when they do get beat and what they did to get beat and all that. But if I had to point one out, I'd say Stephon Diggs.
Okay.
Yeah. Picked up on him about 2 years ago. Really started watching him heavy.
Yeah, all right. Respect. I would say, like, week one, man, you kind of got the best of one of the better players in the league in Fluke, my guy, our guy, shouts to you. But you were on the better end of the game, and he'll say it firsthand. He got beat. And you guys, the team got beat, so it wasn't just him. You know what I'm saying? There was many issues that the Rebels worked out. They're on their way. But back to, kind of that night was all you. I feel like sometimes if you overthink things, you can kind of reduce your efforts. So I feel like you just kind of balled out. You trusted yourself. You didn't overthink it. And the beginning of the game, they were getting the best of you. Some corners were throwing about you had 0 catches and they were holding you.
I was going to say the whole reason they were all rattled up and everything, I did have 0 catches. I only had 1 catch that game, which went for the touchdown.
Okay.
But my 0 catches result in like 30-something yards still because on my first target, I ran a hitch and go. Corner pulls me all the way to the ground. All right, we'll take those easy yards. I'm not even tripping about getting the ball. Then when I was like wide open, we talked about it. You feel me? A couple of missed opportunities, but everybody that guarded me touched the floor that night. Not even trying to sound cocky and everything, but legit, you can go back and watch film from the first cat that lined up on me all the way down the Fluke. Everybody that guarded me touched the floor.
Hey, he said not to be cocky. I like the cockiness. I need this for the ratings. You know what I'm saying? So by all means, bring up the smoke. But no. So has there been a time where you caught yourself maybe overthinking and maybe thinking too much about how I should line up? I've been studying this corner, blah blah blah. Or I'm always curious about that because people know I've never played tackle football. I'm nice in the flag arena and I got witnesses. But what's that like? Is there a balance between trusting your body that has been playing football since you're a little kid and also the knowledge that you've gained through the years of playing?
Yeah, it's pretty decent balance. I always tell everybody when I line up out there, the only person that can stop me is me and my quarterback, obviously, because he has to throw me the ball. But I have caught myself, you feel me, like overthinking or trying to do too much or in my own head, and then right then and there, I got my boy Tyree behind me on the sideline, like, hey, or he's on the field, like, hey, cut that out. You feel me? You know how you play. You know what you need to do and all this. You beating yourself right now. You feel me? Get out your head. Let's play ball.
Tell me about the tandem between you and Tyree. It kind of seemed like it's a package deal. You guys were on the Spartans, you guys were on the Lions together, and now you guys are on the Spartans together. What was that recruiting process? I mean, I'm sure he brought you over to the Lions, and then now it's your turn. You brought him over to the Spartans, and I also want to know about the coming home process because you stepped out for the Lions, and now you're back.
That's my boy. That's my boy. After they won the championship, like I still didn't really know him, but obviously they just won it all. You feel me? I picked up on who he was and everything. And then my boy James, he actually brought Tyree over to my house. We were all kicking it over there. You feel me? We clicked up and everything. After that, he was like, let's start hitting the field together. And then it was one summer. We were going at it hard. Like, we could be out partying until 6 o'clock in the morning, come straight, grab our cleats, we're on the field. You feel me? No matter what we were doing, we going at it hard.
To be young again. You know what I'm saying?
Every day we going at it hard. So then...
My bad. That's me.
So then we were talking about it. He's trying to get me over to the Lions and everything, but I'm like, nah, I'm not leaving Spartans. This, that, and third. But what had happened was his baby. He had a stillbirth, and then so a month later, my sister did the same thing with my nephew. So him and my sister lost their child within a month, and I'm like, all right, that's the whole reason behind the purple and blue cleats and all that. I'm like, all right, I'll give you a season. We're going, you feel me, get their names on everything. We're going to rock out on the Lions. And then after that, I already told him, you feel me, I might be going back home or I just might be open looking around and everything. And then once they folded, he wasn't sold on the Spartans yet, but our meet in the middle ground was the Stampede. We were going to play for them. We were working out with them and everything. Once they folded, it's like, all right, now you ain't got no choice. You feel me? Come on, let's go. He didn't want to come at first. I'm like, all right, I'm sold. I'm back on the Spartans. I'm not going anywhere else. Not entertaining anybody. He came along with it. You see what's going on now.
Do you think there would be a chance? So you're saying if the Stampede didn't fold, both of you guys be rocking on the Stampede?
Yeah.
Okay. So it was more so, it was a blessing in disguise because you needed that to happen for you guys to land in the spot. I mean, I obviously didn't see any of you guys going to a different league, right? You weren't gonna, or see, this is intel. What was that thought process like, man?
I definitely questioned it at first, especially when the Lions first went. I was like, oh yeah, I'm not going over there. But then having talks with D Will and everything, Tyree and all this, we landed on the Stampede. We were like, all right, we don't care what the competition is. You feel me? We're gonna run through this league, then we're gonna try to run through the CFL, take it to, you feel me, national games, what we can do. So that was our whole plan over there on the Stampede. And then once they folded, it's like,
Yeah,
let's go rock out the Spartans.
yeah,
We
for
can do the
sure.
same thing over here.
So you back, man. What was that welcome home? Like was it obviously coach was welcoming you with great
Oh
arms.
man,
Coach A loves to have the weapons on the squad.
yeah, it was
Um,
great.
especially now though, being a receiver. Your first tour with the Spartans, you were a defensive guy.
Yeah.
So
After that Corona season, I was playing free safety. And actually, before I went to the Lions, I was still with the Spartans. I was still working out with them and everything. Coach Aaron was still going to let me. I wasn't going to be a like as much receiver as you see me now, but I was going to go both ways. Coach Aaron was going to have me in the scheme. Things happened with Tyree and my sister. I went over there. It's crazy because after we lost to him in the playoffs, he told me, he said, "Man, I just wish you let me coach you." Now I'm over here now, and man, things are great. They all welcome me back, open arms. It was like, man, when I first pulled up to practice, everybody's like, "Oh, you're back, yeah, yeah, let's rock out, you're back." All this, yeah, I'm like, man, I'm back. Nobody believed it at first.
it was like the Mace welcome back music video. Everything was showing you love, bro. I'm with it. That's cool, man. Because shouts to Coach Fisher of the Canes. He was saying that everybody's a free agent in this league, which is true. So obviously there's the loyalty process, the buy-in process from the beginning of the season, or I guess preseason to the end of the season. But then who knows when the season? You know what I'm saying? The second, like you said, the second the championship is over, you were kind of like, who knows what's next?
Right, right.
So to have that by every player going through that, that's crazy. So I think it's special when teams end up forming, and I think the bond that you and Tyree have is strong, and it's contagious, man. I remember seeing you guys in the uniform. I was kind of like, all right, like that was something I wasn't expecting, and I'm definitely ready for it and here for it, and all for it. So excited to see you guys turn up. I mean, 3-0 so far in the season, man.
Yes, sir.
Are you guys? I gotta knock you guys out. 3 same uniforms in a row. What's up with that? We can't get a new color.
Man, we're trying. We're trying.
Did someone forget them to bring them to or something? Because I've heard that happens. You know what I'm saying? You had the
Nah, that's not the case.
Okay.
Actually, our other shipments are stuck in Pakistan.
You know what I'm saying, bro? So
Because coach, we usually would have all our sets, and you see usually on the back with for the man next to me. Coach D totally surprised me. He put our names on the back. I was like, wow, you feel me? Because it's always been no single, you feel me? Nobody's better than the team. So for the man next to me on the back, you feel me? This year I opened my jersey to say Capone. I'm whoa, okay.
yeah, you said that's I got 2 names too, so I get to choose from. But no, shouts to that man. And when we get back, quick break. word from our sponsor, we'll get back and kind of show the world, how you get down on the field and break down some film from others that shared their clips from last week. So stay tuned. This is AZCFL Intel.
Yeah, my bad, man. I was just really anxious about that.
Bro, we got a sponsor for that.
Oh, that's right. Sunday Scaries.
Wonder.
I could use promo code BUCKET and get 20% off my total. Why am I bugging, man?
Yeah, bro, and anybody can do that. Anybody listens to our show, they put in the promo code BUCKET. They can get 20% off of any of the gummies, the unicorn jerky, and
they got some oils you can drop too. Yeah, you're right, man. I'm bugging. Once again, promo code BUCKET for 20% off your total.
And we're back. AZCFL Intel, Episode 4, Season 3. Dre Capone, Dre Dickerson Jr. in the building. Before we get to film, I did want to touch on our sponsor real quick. For those that do know, I have a brand outside of AZCFL Intel that I've been building for a couple of years, and I wanted to cross platforms. Sunday Scaries sponsors my personal brand that I've been rocking for about 4 years. And what it is, for those that don't know, I'm not a scientist or anything, but CBD, it's pretty much a oil derivative of the cannabinoid of the cannabis plant. And what that contains is pretty much ways to relax, reduce anxiety, inflammation, and just have more of a chill life. So for anyone that wants to learn more, obviously I'm not a doctor, I don't know everything about it, but helps me personally. For those who know, I have driving anxiety. I hate driving. I take this and it kind of makes my hands sweat less, so it's kind of cool. Marijuana is legal in Arizona, but there's not any marijuana in here, so I always got to explain it will not get you high. It's psychoactive. So just contact me if you want to get involved and learn a little bit more. But proud sponsor of the show and proud sponsor of Cactus Media X. So with that, man, we talked about how you get down on the field, and obviously the world sees it firsthand. But for those that are viewers outside the league, let's tell them and show them kind of what we got here. You send me a couple clips. Obviously, you were saying your stats for the first week was quiet, but by all means, the team got the win. But you kind of turned it up as matters. Yeah, that's all that matters. But you turned it up as the next couple of weeks. And what do we got here? Clip 1.
Gets the Thunder.
Gets the Thunder in Tucson, right?
Yes, sir.
They traveled deep, and you were saying that the crowd was going nuts. What was it like over there?
It was a good atmosphere over there.
Good atmosphere? They filled the stands?
At first, I thought it was all Thunder fans, but I noticed we had a couple people out there too, because they had bleachers on the away side, but they were completely empty. So we're all like, what's going on? But we had some people in that crowd too, but overall, collective, they were great.
What was the traveling like? Do you guys all meet up, roll together? You guys drive by yourselves? What's that process like?
Pretty sure a couple guys drove by themselves, a couple guys rode together. I rode with Jake, Coach Tim, and Tyree. So we all just met up at the school.
Cool. I'm with it. Like I said, hey, when I'm down in Tucson broadcasting a couple games, Matt, whoever else, carpool. You know what I'm saying? I'm not driving down there. But, okay, then next clip, what we got? This was week 1. How you doing? Slip and Slide Records, my man.
Oh, man.
Eddie Fluker, bro.
It's actually same exact play call both times.
What's that called? Stutter step? Little jello?
Just a little play with him at the line. Nothing major.
That's what Plaxico Burress, when he won the Super Bowl and he was going against Ellis Hobbs, they said, what was that? He said, a little jello.
Right.
So, next clip, this was actually from one of your teammates. Or no, this is your last one that you sent me. Let's see. This was against the Titans. No, this was, my bad. This is your homie Devontae Allen on defense.
Yeah.
Coming in, running downhill 90 miles an hour, and it looks like causing either a turnover on down or a fourth down.
I got to watch the play because I
Run it back. Oh, fourth down. So it's a turnover on downs. Solid, bro. And I believe you guys shut him out this game, right?
Yeah.
39-0.
Shout out defense.
Shouts to that, man. So shouts to Devontae for sending me some film. I think he sent me another one, too. Let's see what we got.
Oh, yeah. We just went over this play.
Oh, it's the second one?
Yeah. Little hard head boy. Come Littlewood.
Oh,
There we go.
boom.
Yes, sir. That's my boy.
Did he drop it to get the interception or not?
They called that one back. They said it hit the floor.
Oh, okay.
Well, I think that might be his dangerous interception. I need glasses. I can't see.
Hey, bro, I got glasses, and even they don't help sometimes. All right, then next, I think it was this is from one of the Titans players. You know, got to show love. You know, obviously, not everybody can be the best, but, you know, you're just as strong as your weakest link. So this is a solid run by, I believe, Jamarion Daniels from the Titans. So shouts to that. And then I think I got another video from the Titans. This was Adrian Villanueva with a nice little catch to the outside. Boom. Nice positioning. So, hey, you know, we talk about the small wins in this, you know. Obviously, not every play can be a 50-yard bomb to Dre, you know. So we got to big up everything that we can see from, you know, like going to the gym, bro. You're not going to get the reps. You got to, the slow reps add to the big definition. You know what I'm saying? You can't just go in there and be like, I'm a max out, right?
Right.
And then I think we got one last one from a Titans receiver. Oh, no, we don't. That was the last one. Okay, cool. So that was last week's football. This weekend, man, I usually say we have a full slate, but unfortunately there was cancellation one of the games, the Rebels and Thunder.
Yeah.
I don't know if something with the field or whatever, but over my head, the game's not going on. It'll be rescheduled. The show must go on. And there's 3 other games we got popping. Game 1 is in the morning, I believe. And we have the Phantoms versus the Hawks. So I know the jokes about the Hawks, you know, they can't get the points up. They obviously the bottom barrel, whatever. Big Blue, big, you know, buy-in, big proud supporter of his team. It's contagious. You know, his guys rock with him. So there's love and respect over there. So you gotta appreciate it. Obviously, they got a lot of work to do when it comes to the football side of things. The Phantoms, though, obviously, you know, still getting some things done. They're 2-1, I believe, on the season. Not that I don't want to say underwhelmed, but they haven't really been cracking them on the scoreboard or anything like that. You know, I don't even know who their quarterback is. Do you know?
I don't.
Me neither, man. I thought it was the young cat, David Armenta. And so I need someone. We'll find out. I'm sure there's people in the comments. We'll find out who the Phantoms quarterback is. But maybe they need to switch it up. You know what I'm saying? But who knows? But who do you got? Phantoms, Hawks, man.
I got the Phantoms.
You got the Phantoms?
Like you said, they haven't been lighting it up really, but they're still a solid team. I got them 35-0.
Oh, here's their chance to light it up.
Exactly.
Against the Hawks. I'm giving the Hawks some love on this one. So I'm taking the Phantoms. But I'm gonna say the Hawks are gonna score a touchdown.
Nah. Regardless of what the Phantoms got going on, their defense is always solid.
So you didn't could be a pick 6, bro. You know what I'm saying? You never know. You know what I'm saying? So now we're going I'm going, you know, I'm not gonna say a score, but I'm going Phantoms over Hawks.
All right.
And then next up, man, Canes and Titans. Unfortunately, there was some extracurriculars in the last Canes game that led to some players, I believe, not seeing the field for some quite time.
They said 8 suspensions. Yikes.
You know, it's unfortunate. We're definitely trying to market ourselves in a positive light and trying to, you know, kind of grow this league out. And we can't when we have our best players, you know, suspended type thing. So at the end of the day, football is high with emotions, but, you know, you got to balance that.
Right.
So unfortunately, but, you know, fortunately for the younger cats that don't see the field often, here's their chance to shine, right? So we see some new Canes in the mix this week against the Titans. The Titans went through a rebranding, and obviously new look, new uniforms. They have solid coaching staff and numbers. They have a lot of guys there. Still kind of, you know, puppy-ish amongst the dogs of the CFL.
Right.
But what do you think? Have you seen some signs of light from them?
Titans, down the line, I'm going to like the Titans. Like you said, they're young, but they're scrappy. They're a lot better than what I was giving them before I stepped on the field with them. They're scrappy for real. They're going to come out and play. Even if you can blow them out 60-0, they're going to come out to the last whistle.
I was going to say, what's that like? Obviously, on paper, 39-0. It's like, oh, wow, it was all Spartans. But there's some there has to be some time in the game where you're like, wow, these dudes are tough, or like, they're at least holding their own, or
Yeah. First quarter, at the end of the first, it was 0-0. Actually, I was telling our old line the whole game. They were getting whooped. You said no cussing. But yeah, they were getting whooped.
I got you, bro.
The
So
Titans D line was pretty solid. They were treating our guys bad. But once they woke up, our Hawks got nasty and everything. We got rolling and all that. But first quarter, yeah, they were giving our line some trouble.
really, tell me about, I guess, like I was saying, when I first met you, you were more the younger players in the league. You're still a young guy, but now people kind of look to you as a vet. Is there some players on these teams like the Titans or the Hawks coming up to you after the game, wanting to meet you, wanting to, ask you some questions, or, hey, can we link up and hit the field sometime? Is there any Michael Jordan-ness going on? You know what I'm saying?
Titans specifically, I didn't have anybody do that really, but around the league, I've had guys come up to me like, oh, nice to meet you. I've heard so much about you, this, that, and that. And I actually be like surprised because I always heard Tyree. I'm like, you heard what folks just said? Like, what do you got going on and all this? Like, I talk all my mess and everything on the field about who I am and everything, but it still feels good to get recognized, especially by people who you never met.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, I feel like our goal for the league is to keep building it up. So there's a community with semi-pro, a community of developmental football that, even on the East Coast, people can be like, oh, yeah, Dre, from the Spartans, and have that national recognition. So it starts from the league up. That's why I'm all about bigging people up. So I know I see the jokes, I see the, clowning and all that stuff. That's great. But I also like to hear those stories about the young cats looking up to you and wanting to get better, because ultimately, if they get better, you're going to get better.
Right.
So I think for me as a journalist, as a sports guy, as a media guy, like, I live for that, right?
Right.
I don't live for the 35 nothings. I live for the 35 to 34s, and you guys going neck and neck, and then, you guys are stuck on an island.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's no life
jackets.
Nah,
I'm never stuck on an island.
You know what I'm saying?
Never. Hostile takeover wherever I go. That's something everybody got to learn.
I was gonna ask you, man, is there some corners in the league that you want to put on notice? Or if there's any corners that you haven't had a matchup yet? Which there's plenty that stand out to me.
I was gonna say Fluke's the best. I say this all the time. Fluke's the best corner that I personally go up against. Like, he's obviously top 3. You feel me? And definitely not 3. But Fluke for sure. He's my best matchup because we always go at it in flag. Like, whenever I give two a lot of ish talking, because whenever they're on the field together, it's always Fluke guarding me. I'd be like, "2, you're scared to guard me, this, that, and third." But I legit see Fluke cussing him out, like, let me go get Dre. All that. We have a bunch of good battles and all that. He do, me being DB, like, he do a bunch of chippy DB stuff that you really can't see on the field or on film. And I'd be like, sometimes I'd be crying, like, come on, ref, you got to give me something. Like, what did he do? He come explain it. I'm like, yeah, I know all this off the bench, but Fluke, he's definitely my best matchup.
Any players that are overlooked? Anybody that's kind of not getting as much recognition as they should? I'm sure there's some guys on the Spartans. You guys have a stacked roster.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Let the league tell it we got the worst DB core in the league.
I haven't heard that.
Man, we hear it all the time, but our DB core definitely overlooked. Tyree, he's showing out at safety. Daedric, Dre, they over there balling at corners. Darius, our whole defense is balling.
All right, so then before we get to another commercial, man, set the stage. Saturday night, Spartans versus the Phoenix Outlaws, which you mentioned you never beat.
Yeah, my first year, came late to the game. Me and my homie Earl, they put the hurting on us. They beat us like 30-0. Then with the Lions, we lost them in overtime. So, yeah, I'm coming out hard this game.
He's had this game circled on his calendar. So, with that, we're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we get back, we're going to get your popcorn ready, bro.
All right.
And we're back. AZCFL Intel, Season 3, Episode 4. Dre Capone, a.k.a. Dre Dickerson Jr.
Yes, sir.
I was thinking the running back. No, that's not Dickerson. That's
You talking about Eric Dickerson?
Eric Dickerson. Boom. Not you. Different person. Anyway, we're here, man. New segment for the show. It's been popping, no pun intended. Definitely showing love. Shouts to all the players that have, pulled me on the sideline, told me that, they love the popcorn segment. They can't wait to get on the show to, spill all the butter, as I like to say. But it's funny, man. People say that, then they get in the seat and they get nervous. So I'm gonna see what happens, bro. But as you know, the rules are clear. You have to answer 3 questions. You only get to pass one of them, and that's it.
Let's see.
So first question, bro.
Let's get something good. Who is the slowest?
Yeah, I had to
on the
edit that one.
CFL?
Question is, who is the slowest in the CFL? And so we could do it categorically because I know you can say lineman or something, but I'm gonna say receiver or like DB.
After Saturday, I gotta give it to my boy Billy. He getting old. They had a punt return. Tyree pitched it. He scooped it up off one hop and got caught. He had a clear lane to the
Billy
end zone.
Sewing?
Yeah.
It be your own man's, bro.
I gotta give it to Billy. He getting old.
Oh man, he say Billy Sewing Senior now, bro.
Yeah, still elite at receiver. You feel
he's
me?
killing it, bro.
But the speed, you
Billy
losing
Pop
that.
Smoke, he's a superstar, bro. He's in with the glasses. He's swaggy, bro.
Money making mornings. That's my boy.
Is that what that triple M stand for?
Yeah.
Shout out to you, bro. I thought it was money making moves.
That's my boy.
But hey, I'll tap in. All right, next question.
Who is the pettiest in the CFL? Gotta give it to D. Will.
D. Will.
He's not even in the CFL.
He's not even in the so by pettiest, let me rebrand that because obviously, that's another term for another show. Who is the most the Terrell Owens in the CFL? Who's the most prima donna, diva? Always gotta hear something. If it's not the helmet, it's the cleats. If it's not the cleats, it's the uniform.
All right, it ain't really accessory wise or how he looks, but my boy Tim, we all know.
Tim?
Tim, my boy Tim. You definitely gonna hear him every time he's on the field.
Tim Smith?
Yeah. My boy Henny Timmy.
Man, Himothy. You know what I'm saying? So
he's definitely if I had to give it to a player, Tim's definitely the pettiest.
I'm with it, man.
If I'm missing somebody, he's still top 3.
Like,
Tim, for sure. Especially last year when he made that highlight tape of bro sitting on the sideline.
That fire, man. Also, I heard he has clips like in the archives about the Outlaws game in Dallas or whatever.
Oh yeah.
But hey, that's then. This is now. But hey, all right, cool.
I called him petty after he when we played the Spartans when I was on the Lions. When he tackled Trey for the game, that quarterback, he pulled him by his hair. It's clean, but I'm like, dang.
There's a uniform. All right, man. So far, 2 for 2. I'm liking it, bro. No passes. All right, last and final question.
No, never scared to answer a question.
Cool. It's the Chi-Town in him. You know what I'm saying?
Who needs to hit the gym? That would be me. I definitely need to get back in the gym.
You can't
Nah,
say
I need to get in the gym bad. I remember somebody asked me what do I do before, to get ready for a game. I said, you don't want to follow anything.
I'm not a role model. You know
Not at all. The Corona season, I pulled up to the last game before we got canceled. I pulled up hungover. I had 8 bottles of water. Oh, it was bad.
Oh man.
I changed my ways, but I need to get back to working out heavy.
So if it wasn't, who needs to hit the gym with you? Let's do that one.
Tyree. Tyree and Ken. Tyree and Ken for sure.
Bro, you guys, I'm
Nah,
sure.
he's their skin and bones.
Yeah. You guys eat at least? You guys go to
Skin and
Chipotle
bones.
and, you know what I'm saying? No?
Hey, I be on Tyree a little bit, but it ain't working for none of them. And Daedric, all skin and bones.
Man, you hear that? You guys ever talk about nutrition or dieting, anything like that? Or what's it just all?
They do. I'm the bad.
Oh, you're the bad? He's not the role model. You know
Exactly.
all right, cool. Cool, man. Doing great on time. I was gonna ask you just a couple questions about playing in football from from Chicago to Arizona. Big difference from the playing style. Has there been, and let's take it back to your knee injury, man. For those that don't know you, you were rocking a knee brace for, I think, until this season, right?
Till last year
To
with
the
the
end
Lions.
of last year with the
Yeah.
Lions? Okay. When did that knee injury start, and was that something that has been lingering in the past, or is it rather new?
Nah, I had tore my ACL in 2017 when I went to college out in Iowa. It happened April 24th. Our spring game was April 28th or the 9th, whichever was that Saturday. And we went home the next week on Wednesday. And yeah, we were in practice, and it was this one cat. He was a receiver. I was actually at linebacker because I went out there. I was like, I'm going to do receiver. Then right before we got in pads and everything, I'm like, nah, this is not the time to mess around if I'm really trying to make it somewhere. So I'm going to go to corner. But I was out there hitting everybody. Like, you line up, you're getting hit. So we were doing Oklahoma's. He ran from me, like legit ran from me. Then when next time we came back up, I made my one of my homies give him the ball because he tried to give him the ball. Like, no, I'm not going with him. I'm like, give him back the ball. And then we did the drill all in practice. Like, whenever he had to make contact with me, he was like timid. And it was blowing me. I'm like, bro, like, you're not giving me no looks or anything. So coach turned us live. Everything was live. It was like 2 minute drill. Everything was live. He ran a out, and he tried to do an out and up, and I was at linebacker. As soon as he caught it and turned up, I met him. And, like, I was like, yeah, I finally got it clean. You can't do nothing. You feel me? I'm finna rock him. So when I went to tackle him, our practice field was all bumpy and everything. I was basically almost in the air, but my cleat caught a little ditch, and my knee went straight back. It was lights out from there. So that was back in 2017. Got my surgery, got cleared in actually about 5.5 months to get back on the field. Then after that, it was just all, I guess, me, you feel me, being scared because I had to wear the brace. I'd probably still be wearing the knee brace if it didn't snap on me. But I always hear, oh, you don't need it anymore. It's 2 years, 3 years out of this Walter Bell. Then one day I'm pulling up the flag, and I tried to go to strap it up because I was running late, and the strap just snaps on me. I'm, oh, man, ain't nothing I can do now. Just toss it. And it's actually worked out for me.
It's like in like Mike when the sneakers were broken,
Yeah.
bro. He's like, oh, what am I gonna do, yeah? Now I feel that, man. Do you think, kind of back to my earlier question about overthinking? Do you think because you were playing linebacker, you maybe felt out of place and you had to kind of man up more than you would have naturally because you're not comfortable? Nah.
Nah. That was the dog in me. I'm chippy.
smacking this guy.
Exactly.
Okay.
Even at receiver, when I go to, I love when run plays are called my way. I'm gonna go block. If I can make contact, hit somebody on the field, I'm trying my hardest to do it. So that was all me. I was gonna do that whether I was at safety, corner, regardless. That's what actually got me moved to linebacker because coach is like, all right, we need you somewhere in and on the run stop somehow. You feel me? You're not gonna get too many out there at corner, and I can still cover. So I moved to nickel. And then when the season would have came around, if I would have made it, I would have been back there at safety.
Do you think, like, obviously you found a comfort and a lane in receiver and DB on that, and you don't have the size for a linebacker. I'm sure you could put it on, but like, you now kind of been like, nah, I'm never messing with even like a linebacker, safety linebacker mix. Like, I don't like that spot no more. Or are you cool? That's like
I'm cool with whatever. As long as I'm
Okay.
on the field, I be telling the big guys all the time, I'd gladly come down on the D-line if I could.
I need to see that, man. That'd be wild. All right. And then I think about how, back to your relationship with, Tyree and how you guys have evolved started through football, and now it looks like you guys are homies. You hang out off the field and stuff. Was there any relationships like that lost throughout your years in football?
I wouldn't necessarily say lost because, like, if we locked in, you feel me, we going to be locked in for good. But before Tyree, it was my homie, Demario Earl. He came out here with me from the Midwest. We met on the Chicago Mustangs. So then he moved out here not with me, but he moved out here as well. And then we were on the Spartans together. And after that season, he went back to Chicago. And then me and Tyree clicked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys still, do you and Demario still talk? Or?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. He probably watching right now.
Shout out to you, bro. Chi-Town. So, all right, cool. And then any relationships that, I don't want to say, good, bad, but any type of indifference, any type of recruiting, for those that maybe wanted you to join the squad and you didn't, like, nah, it's Spartans, or anybody on the Lions, kind of, any friction since then? Obviously, I big up positivity and love.
Nah, not at all. No bridges burned or anything. When I left the Spartans, Coach D, I let him know what was going on and everything. Everything was still cool. We still kept in touch. When I came around on the Lions, it was pretty cool. And then when I told everybody I wanted to come back to the Spartans, like I said, everybody had open arms. I've had teams try to pull me over there, but truthfully, nobody even thought I'd lead the Spartans because I was so set on them for, you feel me? If it wasn't for Tyree, I wouldn't have even left.
Tell me about. I was hoping that you were going to bring Mr. Interception Jake Reed back to the Spartans with you, and I know it had something to do with just proximity. Like, he was very far away from the field. You guys talk at all? Any conversations, or was he solid? Was he solid on staying? The majority of the Lions kind of did go to the Canes, right? From what I see, at least.
Yeah, I think so. But I don't know what's going like between him and like coaches as far as on the Spartans. I don't know what happened between them, if anything happened.
Oh,
but
okay.
It's, to my knowledge, Jake Reed left and not looking back.
Okay.
He's happy. He was happy on the Lions. He happy with Fish. Yeah. I wasn't even entertaining trying to pull him back over.
I feel you. But, I mean, that's, you talk about matchups, man. That's something. I mean, he plays safety, so it's a little bit more farther off the field. But I'm sure he could come down and lock up on cornerback. I mean, maybe not you, bro, but I'm sure he could hold his own, man. So I'm with that. Before we turn to the audience, have them tap in. Is there any kind of, obviously the future is to get better at football, but knowing that, football is not forever, what is ultimately the goal? Is it coaching? Is it player, training? Is it?
I know. I want to coach.
You do want to coach?
I want to coach. Shit. Oh, my bad. But
Let's go.
I actually, like you asked earlier, is there any young cats that be coming up to me, asking me anything? I actually like trying to help people on the field. I call myself coach on the field all the time. I actually got pulled away by some refs. They thought I was smack talking, but if I see something, I legit try to help, even if we're on the other team, because I want to see everybody get better. It's not fun steady bullying on people all the time. So if I see something in you and I can help touch up on it, I'm gonna try.
Do you ever get somebody push back on that, like, don't little bro me? Or
it's not really little bro, but like not really, because it's like
just take it. Take it or leave it.
You might as well just listen, because look what I'm doing to you. You feel me? You can't talk back to me if I'm trying to help you and we got you down 30, and I didn't beat you on, like, you feel me, 3 routes already.
You say you might as well listen.
Exactly.
Look what I'm doing to you. That's fair, man. I was always curious about that too, because you see that transition in other sports, and there's ego across all different sports, not just football. So I imagine that there could be times where it's received as like, all right, man, I understand you're killing me. You don't gotta explain why you're killing me too, bro.
Nah. Cat's pretty cool about it. And then even then, not even just trying to, you feel me, help other people. I always take criticism. Everybody can always be better. You feel me? So if you see anything in me that you feel like I need to touch up on, don't hesitate. Let me know. I might blank stare at you, but trust me, I'm paying attention. I'm taking in everything. You feel me? If all my coaches, if you ever coach me in football, you're a coach for life. Like, we could be 80 years old. I'm going to address you as coach regardless.
I'm with that, man. I'm all I hear about being coachable and coachability and all that stuff. And that's where it starts, because, you never stop being coached. So I'm with that fully. Take one last commercial break from our sponsors. And when we get back, turn to the audience and kind of see what they joking about, bro.
Yeah, my bad, man. I was just really anxious about that.
Bro, we got a sponsor for that.
Oh, that's right. Sunday Scaries.
Wonder.
I could use promo code BUCKET and get 20% off my total. Why am I bugging, man?
Yeah, bro, and anybody can do that. Anybody listen to our show, they put in the promo code BUCKET. They can get 20% off of any of the gummies, the unicorn jerky, and
they got some oils you can drop too. Yeah, you're right, man. I'm bugging. Once again, promo code Bucket Up for 20% off your total.
And we back. AZCFL Intel, episode 4, season 3. Dre Dickerson Jr. Arizona Spartans, man, back home. And now we back in the audience, man. Let's see, having some difficulties getting it up, but we may have to go off the phone. But yeah, who's in here? Let's see. Donville James. He said he's glad you're home.
Yeah, that's my boy. That's my boy James. He started out with me on the Spartans too. Man, if I wish everybody that from that first season, I wish we could come back. You feel me? It was me and so far as me and Devontae, Billy, and all that. But that first season was fun. We still missing JJ, missing Slayton, missing a couple guys. We still got Ryan though.
Do you have any friends from back home in Chicago that might move out here that you could recruit? Any football guys or?
Nah.
No, that train's left. All right. Spartans O-line is locked in for the rest of the season. Tony Smith Jr. Is that true? Is that O-line locked in?
Definitely. They needed that from the Titans because first 2 games they were manhandling people. They were doing good. I feel like they got comfortable. I feel like we all did. That's why started off first quarter 0-0.
Yeah, I mean, shouts to Raph. He said the Titans played very hard. Just execution on offense to finish drives is what they're lacking. Also, somebody coming back home to the Spartans, took a couple years off to get this up and running, and now he's back in the trenches with you guys. I see him rocking 99. I thought he was rocking the 33 like Patrick Ewing. I mean, that's my man, but 99 solid. He dons it well, so shouts to you. Andre Goodman says roses for that 4-yard catch. That's what Andre said. Who got a 4-yard catch?
I don't know.
Andre, you got a 4-yard catch?
I think he probably gave up a 4-yard catch.
I know what he's talking about. The catch that the Titans film that he sent. The Titans receiver. That must have been over him. Hey, man, it's nothing personal. You know what I'm saying? Like, what'd I say? All right, Spartans defense will finish the best defense.
Definitely. That's my boy Devontae. Shout out my boy Devontae.
I mean, the Rebels defense.
Welcome back.
Nah. I don't know, Rebels defense, Phantoms defense, always nice. Yeah, he's talking about the Titans players sending in the 4-yard highlight. All right, that's fine. Hey, at least, but that's what it's about.
Hey, they got to get in where they can fit in.
And they sending me film. That's what it's about. We don't give out participation trophies, but if you participate, you know what I'm saying, you can get a trophy, bro.
It's not much you can pull up on that man Dre anyway. I think you
You
guys
know what I'm
gonna go at him anyway.
Shouts to Rafi says he's got to be 99. All right. My bad. Struck a nerve, you know what I'm saying? Nah, 99 is solid, bro. 99 is a solid number.
Yeah, Raph balling this year.
He's got something to prove, and I like that's the cool thing, bro. Like the stories, when I was going back to your knee brace, I was like, oh, he's probably got like an edge with this knee brace. He wants to, chip on his shoulder or whatever. And now you're like, nah, the knee brace in the past, I'm just balling out, right? Raph's got his daughter. He wants to play in front of her. People got like things that they want to do. Macagnano, he's like talking about how he wants to go off on, kind of, sail into the sunset type thing. He couldn't let his last season be COVID. I heard that from a lot of players, So that's the stuff that I live for here in the league is building up within and these little stories that make these games special, man. Like that you spoke on never beating the Outlaws, but I think last year and went into double overtime when you're on the Lions. Kenny Simmons that played for the Outlaws. It was his last game before going to the military. So I think like those type of things are what makes these games special. If it was just a situation of you guys pull up, put on the helmets, don't talk at all, and then leave, it's just like, well, how do we make that special?
Right.
So shouts to you for, being a part of the league from a football point of view, from, being integrated in the media and, obviously taking time out of your day. I know John Tay like to poke fun when we say that, but the reason why I say that is because you're still spending time here on a Thursday night. You could be doing completely something else. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you taking the time on top of the time that you guys have, to read the playbook and just create that. I'm sure you guys have Facebook messages back and forth and group chats and stuff. So again, thanks to you for taking time out of your day.
No problem. Appreciate you having me.
I appreciate that, man. I'm always going to thank you guys, man, because, y'all don't owe me nothing. So I appreciate it all, man. So
I'm glad to be here.
I appreciate that, man. Before we get out of here, is there anything, you can't tell me. I got to guess. Are you guys rocking the the white on gold, or what's going on with the uniforms, bro? The helmets are swaggy. I like the new helmets.
Oh, yeah, the helmets this year, amazing.
Yeah.
Got to keep it a secret, though, this week. You never know.
That means they're wearing the same ones, bro. He ain't got an answer. That's an easy one. All right, man. Then, obviously, you said you had the family emergencies that went down that kind of shaped your relationships and kind of like your motives. Anything like that going on, man? Like, I'll let you know, my grandpa passed last summer, and he was kind of my guy that I always talked to with this broadcasting thing and this media. He was the first one. He got me my first camera, and, like, my motive is to keep getting better. Even though I can't call him after the games, I kind of feel like I owe it to him to just give him my best. So, you got anything going on like that?
Yeah. I lost my oldest brother back in 2010, and then actually lost a couple people around that time. Lost my aunt, my grandpa, my brother, my sister it's just a lot of hardship going on. My sister had got shot. My other brother had got cancer and everything. So I feel like I owe it to all of them, to everybody in my family, really. Not even just the deceased ones, the ones still living, because they, you feel me, almost didn't make it to this point too. So I feel like I owe it to all of them to, even if it's not on the NFL level, to still make it to where they can see me as a professional athlete.
And that's where it starts, man, trying to get you bigger and better on this stage so we can continue to grow the stage and, have bridges come along and cross paths and see where, can continue to blow you up and make you a well-known name and a recognizable face. But for the AZCFL Intel, man, I'm definitely excited for the future. I make jokes about how the amount of teams kind of went on a diet. We had 17 teams last year, now down to 8. And unfortunately, with a cancellation this weekend, we're down to 6 teams.
Yeah.
So even though it's congested, we do have a lot of talent in this pocket.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And there's a lot of space for you guys to rise up, So, kind of before we let you go, man, what's this weekend? Obviously, the goal is to beat the Outlaws for the first time in your life. But how do you kind of digest that and embody that to know that this game is bigger than just you beating the Outlaws, and you need the Spartans to, everybody has their desire to win, their will to win, and they're playing for their why. So selfishly, you want to win for your reasons, but how do you embody that and become, bigger than you, which football ultimately is?
Like you said, it's always bigger than me. It doesn't matter if I go out there, put up 3 touchdowns, or if I'm held to 0 catches. As long as we win, that's all that matters. So I'm not really. I might talk or everything, but I'm nowhere near a selfish player. And Spartans, we attacking every game like it's a championship. I hate that we lost last season. You feel me? I would love to play in the championship, but if I had to watch anybody, I'm glad it was them. And they could definitely coming out this year with a chip on their shoulder.
Yeah, I mean, definitely picked up where you guys strong pickup from last season, knocking off the champions, in the week 1. So obviously you guys have kind of that target on their back, but now slightly going to your back. But you guys are looking forward and not behind you guys. So I'm excited for the future, man. Obviously, the league's only getting better from a talent standpoint, and you guys are recognizing that. So you want everybody to be best in order for you to have your best game, and I see it, man. It's contagious. So again, stay healthy, stay safe, man. Get
Appreciate
right.
it.
I know you joke about skin and bones. Eat something before the game, bro. You know what I'm saying? Get a nice breakfast in. You know what I'm saying? Some eggs, some toast.
I try to.
You know what I'm saying? Do it for me, bro. All right? Dre Dickerson Jr., Arizona Spartans, Jesse Burke, AZCFL Intel, Season 3, Episode 4 in the books. I want to thank Cactus Media X, thank our sponsors, Sunday Scaries, Sozo Therapy, Arizona Cactus Football League. Stay tuned for a full slate of football on Saturday, and stay tuned for tomorrow, I believe, Commissioner's Corner, another show on Cactus Media X. But for tonight, we're signing off, and good night.